Hi guys, how are you today? This is Miss Cruz speaking. Are you ready for your science class? But before we start the class, I was wondering about the celebration that you have for Mother's Day. It was good. Did you give your mom a big hug and kiss? I hope that you did that. Okay, after that we have a little chat. We are going to talk about the day for today. Remember, May is the month, 11 is the day, and the year is 2020. Now, make sure that you grab your book, your notebook, and your pencil. And when you are ready, you should move to the next page because today we have a very interesting lesson for science. Okay, let's get ready. Okay, now that you are ready, you have to pay attention to Miss Cruz and you have to be a good listener. Eyes and ear should be in your screen. Now, today we're going to talk about how do living things reproduce. It's a question. Do you have any idea how do living things reproduce? So if you don't know, don't worry. I will explain it to you right now. There are two ways animals reproduce, John. Two ways. And here we have, they are on yellow. The first one is going to be viviparous. The word viviparous come from the Latin virus, that means leaf, which means they give birth to the young fully formed. An example of the viviparous animals are dogs, cats, and horses. So you are wondering, how do the viviparous reproduce? And here I have an answer for you. The young of our offspring develop in the body of the mother and get nourishment from the mother as they grow. Okay, it means that they get formed inside the body of their mother and get nourishment from the mother and then continue growing. An example of that type of viviparous animals are dogs, cats, and horses. We have more than that, but this is the three examples that I have. A cow, it's a viviparous animal. An elephant, it's another example. Now let's talk about oviparous. Oviparous come from the Latin ova, that means eggs, which means they lay eggs. Example of oviparous animals are chicken, turtle, and crocodiles. Okay, now let me explain you this. An oviparous animal, the offspring develop it an egg. Do you notice the difference between them? The first one was developed in the mother. Now this one, it's developed inside an egg with a shell that protects them. They get nourishment from the egg, not from the mother. So here's the difference between the offsprings develop in an egg and the viviparous develop inside the mother, and this one develop in a egg with shell. And the oviparous get nourished from the eggs. And the previous one, the viviparous, get nourished from the mother. Okay, here they're different between viviparous and oviparous. Okay, don't worry, I will explain this later in the next page. Page number 3. We're still talking about viviparous and oviparous animals. Okay, let's find the difference between. Let's continue talking about. Remember, viviparous animals are born from their mother's womb. And mammals are viviparous. They born from their mom's wombs or stomach, and they grow inside their mothers until they are born. Let me tell you, repeat this one more time, okay? The viviparous animals, they born from mom's stomach or womb. They grow inside their mothers. They grow inside their mothers until they are born. Okay, so a dog baby is going to be inside the mother's stomach or womb. It's going to be there for a while. It's going to grow inside the mother, and then the baby dog is going to born. Okay, let's go to the other side. Oviparous. Oviparous. Now, oviparous animals are born from eggs. Birds, insects, reptiles, and fish are oviparous. And they born from eggs. Now, what is the process? They lay eggs, and the baby then grow inside the egg until they are ready to come out. Viviparous, the baby is going to grow inside the mother until they are born, but oviparous is going to grow inside the eggs until they are ready to come out. And here we have some examples. Look, viviparous. We have that a cow, it's a viviparous animal. A cat, a donkey, a dog, a monkey, and giraffe. These animals are viviparous and are mammals. Now, let's see the examples that we have for oviparous animals. We have an ostrich, and you see that there is an egg in the middle of this under oviparous animals. There is a big egg and a little one, and a tiny egg. It means that the ostrich, the baby ostrich is going to grow inside the egg, and it's going to come out when it's ready. Then we have the snake. We have the fish. We have the chicken. We have the birds, and we have the hummingbirds. All of these animals are examples of oviparous animals. Okay, so the viviparous are born from their mother's wombs, and the oviparous animals are born from eggs. Remember that. Remember that and keep it in your mind. The difference is that one is growing, the one is born from the mother's wombs, and the other, and the oviparous, are born from eggs. Okay, so I hope that that this information it's enough for you, and that you are clear about how do living things reproduce. Okay, let's move to the page number 4. Hey guys, I hope that you are not boring with my class, but let's continue talking about viviparous and oviparous anima. We are on page number 4. And if you have your book, you need to go to page 45. And with the information that you have on this page, on this screen, you can be able to answer page 45, number 1. Okay, so listen carefully and follow the procedure. So, viviparous, the mothers give birth to her young fully formed. And then the mother is going to develop in the body of the mother. And the young get nourished from the mother. Okay, this information it's explaining to us that the new baby is going to be fully formed. It's going to be a complete baby that is going to come out of the mother womb. And the mother is going to be responsible to feed this baby inside the womb. And the baby is going to be developed inside the body of the mother. Okay? But when we talk about oviparous, this is going to be a different scenario. The mother is going to find a place to lay the eggs. And here we have a turtle. You know that the turtle is coming out of the ocean and she placed the eggs in the sand. And after that, the young is going to develop in an egg. So it's not going to develop inside the mother womb. Okay, the young is going to be developed in an egg. And the young is going to get the nourishment from the eggs. So the egg is going to be responsible to feed the baby inside. And there is a shell that is going to protect the baby inside the egg. So, and here we have two examples. We have the sheep and we have a turtle. The viviparous is going to, the baby sheep is going to come out of the mother in a fully form. And when the baby sheep is inside the mother is going to be responsible for feed that baby, and the baby is going to grow inside the body of the mother. But when we talk about oviparous, the turtle is going to lay the eggs in the sand. The baby turtle is going to be developed inside the eggs, and the egg is going to be responsible to feed the baby inside the eggs. So don't forget about this, and don't get confused between viviparous and oviparous animal. Okay, page number 5. Here we are going to talk of a different subject. If you have your book, go to page number 46. And the title for this is Classes of Animals. Now, there are many kinds of animals in the world. And all animals belongs to two main groups. Some animals are vertebrates, which mean they have a backbone or internal skeleton. Others are invertebrates, which mean they don't have a backbone or an internal skeleton. And here we have in our screen vertebrates and invertebrates. These are the two main groups of animals that we have. Remember, vertebra has a backbone and has an internal skeleton. Invertebrates do not have a backbone or an internal skeleton. Now, Under vertebrates, we have five classes. Under vertebrates, we have five classes of vertebrates. Here we have, the first one is going to be reptiles. The next one is fish, amphibians, birds, and mammals. So under vertebrates, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes of vertebrates. Reptiles, fish, amphibians, birds, and mammals. In your book, page 46, you have it in yellow. You have it in yellow colors. There are many kinds of invertebrate animals. Let's go now to the invertebrate sides. Some of the most common are insects, spiders, worms, and some animals that live in the sea, such as octopus and jellyfish. Okay, here you have the information, invertebrates. And there are a lot of scientific names that you have here, but you have to be familiar that the words that you are going to use for the most commons are insects, spiders, worms, and some animals that live in the sea, such as octopus and jellyfish. In your book, page 46, number 4, you are going to read and complete with the word from the text above. With the information that you have in the test above, you're going to be able to answer all animals and to complete this homework. You have the vertebrates, which is letter A, and then you have letter B, invertebrates. All animals that have an internal skeletons and animals that do not have an internal skeleton. And there you have, for letter C, jellyfish and a spider. Jellyfish is the answer for letter C, and B is going to be spiders. Now, letter E, F, G, H, and I, the answer is going to be fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Just look the pictures and write the class of animal next to the picture that you have there. Okay, so this is very easy. Just read the text that you have above and make sure that you complete this part in your book, page 46. And don't forget, vertebrates has a backbone or internal skeleton, and invertebrates do not have a backbone or internal skeleton. Okay, the class is over, but before I would like to do a quickly review about the two subjects that we studied today. At the beginning of the class, we'll talk about viviparous and oviparous animals. And the difference between the two of them is very simple. Viviparous animals are born from their mother's wombs, and oviparous animals are born from eggs. That's the main difference between these two types of animals. And this is the explanation that we have for the answer for the question, how do living things reproduce? After that, we saw some examples of the animals that are viviparous and oviparous. Then on page number 5, we talk about animal classification or classes of animals. And we talk about two main groups. One of them is vertebrate and the other one is invertebrates. Vertebrate means that the animals has, that the animal has a backbone or an internal skeleton. And invertebrates, which mean they do not have a backbone or internal skeleton. And the type or class of animals that we have under vertebrates are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. And under invertebrates, we have the most common are insects, spiders, worms, and some animals that live in the sea, such as octopus and jellyfish. With this information, you are going to be able to complete in your science book, page 44, number 1, page 45, number 1, and page 46, number 4. When you complete these 3 pages, make sure that you send me a photo with the correct answers. Please study the information on this video. If you don't understand any of the information on this video, please review the video 1, 2, 3, or 4 times if it's necessary. And if you don't understand, you should be able to send me the information or send me the information that you don't understand. You should send me that information via WhatsApp or you should make me a call. Make sure that your work is neat and tidy. If you have any questions, you can let me know. God bless you, your family, and protect all of you, my dear children. And I'm glad to share this video with you. And I hope I can see you soon. Bye-bye.